हाय गाइस, वेलकम टू माय गेमिंग चैनल AaZonX गेमर। तो गाइस आज हम वैम्पायर गेम का पार्ट 3 कर रहे हैं। तो लास्ट पार्ट आपने चेक किया कि बहुत अच्छा रहा। फाइट भी बहुत अच्छी हुई। तगड़ी फाइट नहीं कह सकते लेकिन अच्छी फाइट हुई क्योंकि थोड़ी इजी थी फाइट। जो हमारे आपको दिख रही हैं बैक साइड में पड़े हुए हैं, ये विलियम बिशप थे, तो इनसे हमारी फ़ाइट हुई। तो उनका पता चल गया था हमें, थोड़ी बहुत हमने इन्वेस्टिगेशन की, ट्रैक किया उनको, तो फिर इनसे फाइट हुई हमारी। तो आप चेक कर सकते हैं लास्ट पार्ट। आगे बढ़ते हैं। आप आगे बढ़ने से पहले मैं कहूँगा अगर हमारे चैनल पे नहीं हो तो प्लीज़ चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दें, वीडियो को लाइक करें, शेयर करें और कमेंट करें। चलें स्टार्ट करते हैं।
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
पहले एक्सप्लोर कर लेते हैं, क्या पता कोई चीज़ मिल जाए हमें। कुछ नहीं है, चलो बोर्ड में चलते हैं अब। सही।
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
I thought you were a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back. But I will tell you, she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed. A surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
And for that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea,
Welcome
immediately.
aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Chapter 1, Take me to a hospital. Okay. तो हमारी डॉक्टर स्वानसी जो हैं हमारे ये इनसे हमारी फ्रेंडशिप हो गई है.
It's okay, Jonathan. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the sweat of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
I've a mind to let you bleed out. Good luck then, sir.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Okay, blood quality. The blood quality indicates how much XP. Okay. You will obtain from a particular citizen. Okay. Press Q. Follow
can't
the
see
red
the
trail
dots of
to
life
lead
and
your
death.
prey into the shadows.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
तो हमें अब हॉस्पिटल में जाना है, तो सेकंड फ्लोर पे. ओके.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
I wish I could be sick. My blood boil with the fever. I have wasted too much energy for something.
सेकंड फ्लोर पे हमारा जो रूम है वहीं पे हमारा ऑफिस है। ये तो लॉक है। फिर उस साइड ऊपर साइड होगा।
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
तो थोड़ा सो जाते हैं, रेस्ट कर लेते हैं। ओके, जैसे हम सोने लगेंगे तो हमारे स्किल्स का आ जाएगा पेज जो हम एक्टिव कर सकते हैं। तो फाइनली हमने कुछ अपने स्किल्स एक्टिव कर लिए हैं। तो इसमें हम खुद से नहीं कर सकते एक्टिव, जब हमें रेस्ट करना होगा तभी हमारा पेज आ जाएगा सामने एक्टिव के लिए स्किल्स। तो यही है, जैसे जैसे मिशंस कंप्लीट होते जाएंगे वैसे वैसे जहाँ पे हमें रेस्ट करना होगा वहाँ पर स्किल्स का पेज आ जाएगा हमारे सामने, फिर हम एक्टिव कर सकते हैं स्किल्स। तो अब ये क्या है, सिटीजन मेन्यू। ओके सही। हेल्थ स्टेटस सही है। क्राफ्ट अच्छा अपग्रेड भी कर सकते हैं। सही, ज़बरदस्त हो गया यार, इसमें तो हम अपग्रेड भी कर सकते हैं। मैं समझा था कि इसमें अपग्रेड नहीं कर सकते। इसको अपग्रेड करते हैं पहले। सही है, अभी के लिए एक ही ठीक है। गन भी है हमारे पास, लेकिन कुछ मुझे लगता है क्राफ्ट करना पड़ेगा इसके लिए, बुलेट्स वगैरह, तब जाकर ये हो जाएगा मैच। सही है अभी के लिए।
Blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. Continue tomorrow night. I have so much tar. The flower's dying. It needs water.
ये रैफिल है तो रैफिल ले ही नहीं पा रहे हम स्टेज। खैर चलते हैं आगे। हमें अपने रूम में जाना था क्या? रूम से तो हम आ गए हैं यार होकर। क्या करना है? क्या दोबारा सोना है? कर तो चुके हैं हम एक्टिव। नहीं यार इतने हैं नहीं, इतना नहीं कर सकते। 300 रेस्ट ही करना है यार। रेस्ट इन बेड अंटिल द नेक्स्ट नाइट। ओके ये रेस्ट ही करने का बोल रहा है तो रेस्ट तो चलो अब रेस्ट हो जाएगा।
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
तो हमारी ये क्वेस्ट जो अभी न्यू स्टार्ट हुई है, नाइट शिफ्ट। ओके
Hurry up.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Sorry. There's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
तो हमें अब की दे दी है नर्स ने। हमें अब ओल्ड मॉर्ग में जाना है।
Scowl voices in the garden. I
इतनी
should...
खतरनाक आवाजें यार। एकदम से शॉक हो गया मुझे तो। गुर्दे हिल गए मेरे। दिल गुर्दे दोनों ही हिला दिए। ऐसी आवाज आई है। वैसे एक बात कहना चाहता हूँ मैं आप सबसे, जो हॉरर गेम्स में जो वाइब्स होती हैं ना, जो साउंड्स होते हैं, हिला के रख देते हैं दिल कुड़ते। यहाँ तो हम पहले भी आ चुके हैं, बाहर चले गए थे यहाँ से तो यार। काफी यहाँ पे तोड़ फाड़ हुई हुई है। वो तेरी
Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
तो हमें बेसमेंट में जाना है अब। आ जाओ। एक बार ऊपर भी देख लेते हैं। भाई वो तेरी वो भी गायब हो गया, अभी तो यहाँ था।
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
ओके आगे बढ़ते हैं अब.
It's locked, all
लॉक
right.
है भाई, लॉक है.
It's locked.
तो हमें अब जॉन डोई से लड़ना है, अब गंजे से. आजा गंजे. गंजे आ, तुझे बताऊं मैं. आजा. गया गंजा गया.
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
तो हमें थोड़ा बहुत खून पीना पड़ेगा, तभी हम थोड़े स्ट्रांग होंगे, क्योंकि वैम्पायर की यही है ताकत. ब्लड, ओनली ब्लड. जैसे कि आपने देखा जॉन डोई कैसे कैसे गायब हो रहा था, उस तरह हम होंगे, लेकिन उसके लिए ब्लड हमें यूज़ करना पड़ेगा.
Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
यार यही सही है. इन्वर्टरी में कुछ हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं या ऑटोमेटिक हील हो जाता है ये? मुझे तो ऑटोमेटिक है, बट हम 45 डैमेज लेवल 1. आगे जाके मुझे तो ये हम यूज़ करेंगे, ये ओपन हो जाएगा अनलॉक जो है. चलो कुछ मिला तो है, कुछ तो मिला है, कुछ तो मिला है. क्या था? शायद उनको क्राफ्ट करना पड़ेगा. क्राफ्ट. सही 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 सही। यहाँ से हम इक्यूब कर सकते हैं इसको, ठीक है। अभी फ़िलहाल ज़रूरत नहीं है, आगे देखते हैं क्या आता है ख़तरनाक, फिर इक्यूब करेंगे इसको। तो अब आगे बढ़ते हैं। डॉन जॉय भी मर गए। तो अब आगे बढ़ते हैं। डॉन जॉय को हमने मार दिया है। अभी हमें बहुत कुछ जो है अपग्रेड करना है, स्किल्स को अपने एक्टिव करने हैं। मैं चाहता हूँ कि मेरे अंदर स्ट्रेंथ आ जाए, मेरे अंदर वैसा स्टेमिना आ जाए जैसे कि डॉन जॉय में था। बहुत ज़्यादा फुर्तीला हुआ था वो, वैसा बिल्कुल आ जाए तो मज़ा आ जाएगा। एक बार ऊपर भी देख लेते हैं।
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
और ऊपर भी जगह है यहाँ पर। नहीं, यहाँ नहीं जा सकते, लॉक है। नीचे चलते हैं अब। यहीं से बाहर निकलना है। चलो बाहर चलते हैं अब। चलो अब चलते हैं बाहर। यहाँ की तो इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो गई है, बाहर चलते हैं। इंट्रोगेट, ओके इंट्रोगेट।
Don't worry, sir. Everything's going to be fine. I'm just going to go here.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Okay.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
I'll give you some advice, but understand that nothing beats practical experience, which can be exhausting and solitary work.
Of course, sir. And don't worry, I will never allow myself to be a burden, neither to you nor this hospital.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these
New mission.
times.
I'm
Okay.
convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
वो हमारा ये तो क्वेश्चन हो चुका है. चलो.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
हमें जिनको ढूंढना है ये इनसे बात करके देखते हैं.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir.
ओ तो यही है ना.
I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the
तो
Pembroke
यही है
Hospital.
जिनको हम
Did
ढूंढ
he
रहे थे.
really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippets. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Okay, ठीक है. Personal question.
Tell me what Dr. Tippets did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippets would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippets in our situation?
Perhaps you did it with the best intentions, Nurse Brannigan, but you took a great risk. Must I remind you that a man died?
You mean you've never made a mistake? Never covered your tracks? Come on, Doctor. I wasn't born yesterday.
सही.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Okay. तो आगे बढ़ते हैं अब. सही. इंट्रोगेट.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippets, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor
तो ये हैं
Karein
Dr.
in his
Tippets.
research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
आराम से थोड़े सवाल जवाब पूछते हैं.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
डॉक्टर को एकदम शॉक करेंगे.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
You've nothing to prove, Dr. Tippett, to anybody. And we all praise your experience. Please, have some rest.
I am perfectly fine, and I am not too old for this job.
Karein, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed a body.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
I will cover for you, Dr. Tippett, by keeping what happened to Mr. Connor to myself.
I don't know what to say, actually. I can't exactly force you to become my accomplice.
You didn't force me. This is my decision to make. I believe you're still of use to the hospital, considering the situation.
Then I can make you this promise. As soon as the epidemic is eradicated, I will resign.
Okay.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
तो गाइस आज के लिए इतना ही। काफ़ी हमें जानकारी मिली है। तो डॉक्टर टिपेट से भी हमारी बात हो गई और नर्स से भी हमारी बात हुई है, तो काफ़ी हमें जानकारी मिली है। अभी भी कुछ मिशन जो हैं अवेलेबल हुए हैं और भी डॉक्टर से ही बात करनी है और नर्स से ही बात करनी है कि यहाँ पर क्या हुआ है, सर्च करना है, यहाँ पर इन्वेस्टिगेशन भी करनी है। तो काफ़ी अच्छा रहा आज का पार्ट। डॉन जॉय से फाइट हुई है, काफ़ी अच्छी फाइट हुई है और स्किल्स भी अब एक्टिव करेंगे और क्राफ्टिंग भी करेंगे और अपग्रेड भी करेंगे। अभी आप देख सकते हैं कि नाइट शिफ्ट में आ रहा है क्राफ्ट, हमें मेडिसिन क्राफ्ट करनी जो ट्रीटमेंट की है। तो नेक्स्ट पार्ट में ये क्राफ्ट करेंगे। तब तक के लिए अगर आपको वीडियो पसंद आए तो प्लीज़ वीडियो को लाइक करें, शेयर करें, कमेंट करें और चैनल को भी सब्सक्राइब कर दें। सब्सक्राइब करें, जो बेल आइकन को बटन उसको प्रेस कर दें ताकि मेरे आने वाली ऑल अपकमिंग लेटेस्ट गेमिंग वीडियोस आप तक सबसे पहले पहुंच जाए। तो मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट पार्ट में। थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग।